First in our agenda is committee update. As I reported during June 4, 2012, regular session, this committee conducted a committee hearing, its very first and the first in the RLA, last May 31, 2012, where we invited Assistant Secretary Nur Saada of Operations and Director Alia Kali for the Bureau of Madaris. Please indulge me here if I give at least a summary of key issues being tackled during the last hearing. Number 1, DepEd personnel and fiscal reforms. Number 2, recommended review of MMA 169 and MMA 279, which is the Basic Education Act, especially on the appointment of third-level positions. Number 3, lack of Madaris teachers and delayed release of funds, especially for K-12. 4, testimony of a public school teacher named Naim Hashim of Maguindanao on loan sharks, wherein their salaries or checks were deducted upon because of payment of loans from a loan company. We have ruled to submit such grievance to the Blue Ribbon Committee chaired by dear brother Assemblyman of Basilan, Jerry Hamja. Honorable Juni Ilmin of Basilan's manifestation number 5 on the various issues and concerns regarding education reform, and I think these were 18 issues. Due to time constraint and other equally important matters that have not been discussed, this will be included hopefully in the next committee hearing. Let me invite you to please get involved in trying to delve out the issues that require legislative intervention. So this is my appeal actually to this committee. Baka pwede magtulungan po tayo na mag-research because each one of us has our own fields and influence and areas of jurisdiction. Like Brother Bashir would be in Maguindanao and he would be rightfully, and Ma'am Kim, Assemblywoman, to know the problems and legislative issues that confront our teachers or that confront the divisions in Maguindanao. There is also so-called issue of merger of divisions. I hear of an executive order, but I have not seen a copy of an EO from the Office of the Regional Governor to combine the divisions in Lanao Sur and maybe Sulu, if I'm not mistaken, which is an RLA law, which will have to be an RLA intervention. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity, while majority, if not of the committees are here, to announce that we will have a committee hearing again, inshallah, on June 28, Thursday, at inshallah 2 p.m. to discuss matters being referred to us. May I mention referrals such as the Scholarship Fund by Assemblyman Zia Alonto Adjong and the resolution on commending the regional assembly commending the armed beach volleyball team as the second runner-up in the Philippine National Games beach volleyball competition. I hope I have not missed on certain referrals, so I will seek guidance, inshallah, Thursday for other referrals that have not been handed to me. This chair hopes that all members will be present, inshallah, during the sad Thursday hearing. As I will be coming from Manila, hopefully to report to you of my attendance in the Wednesday MSU, Mindanao State University Board of Regents meeting, which I will be sitting in for the first time as an ex-officio member by virtue of Republic Act 9054 or the Organic Act, which makes one of us sit, the RLA Chair on Education, sit in the Mindanao State University. Let me quote Section 8, RA 9054 of the Organic Act for the ARMM. It provides that the Chair of the Committee on Education, Culture and Sports of the Regional Assembly shall represent ARM in the Board of State Colleges and Universities in the region, either as co-chair or vice-chair. I was made to understand that I am a member of this Board of Regents. So this will be subject of the Wednesday agenda, a notation by the Board of Regents where we will be sitting along with, I'm not sure if it's 9 members of the MSU Board of Regents. 14, yes, Sir Mahendra would know, my dear Vice Chair. So in the interest of time, may I request my esteemed colleagues to comment on my sharing so that we can put it on record, which you feel issues should be of deep priority for us. May I beg your indulgence before you comment that my proposal for our work plan, importante po ang work plan, kasi po every meeting natin ay ginagastusan po ng 6,000 pesos po. Every month, a committee hearing, for the record, is expended 6,000 pesos. And therefore, my consciousness as a former civil society person is that our meetings should have a certain output of legislative intervention. hindi dahil lang po may nakareport sa atin ng isang problema, ng isang tao na teacher o kaya superintendent may complaint or grievance sa isang official na walang legislative intervention, ay aaksyonan na agad. These things need to be put on, sabi nga ni Speaker Pro Tem, always put in perspective, in order. So I acknowledge at this moment my dear colleagues, our dear Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Sir Romeo Sema, Chairman of Rules, and of course Chairman of Finance and Appropriation, because importante po yung Finance and Appropriation doon sa Scholarship Fund, which is the proposal of Assemblyman Zia, pero we still have to tackle that. Chairman, dear Assemblyman Mahul Galdamra. Thank you very much. So again, I was telling our dear colleagues, Sir Romeo and Assemblyman Romeo and Assemblyman Mahul, that there are 5 levels of thematic areas or certain thematic areas that I need your thinking cap with. We only have 12 months to go before May 2013 elections. So I outlined the 5 thematic concerns in understanding DepEd. There's one on personnel, understanding the bureaucracy. Definitely, hindi natin masyado actually legislative ang intervention dyan. But sirs and madams, ang laki po ng lumalabas na problema ng mga certain officials, certain personnel that have been part of the problem ever since time immemorial, as gleaned from the presentation of Sec. Nur Saada. So one area of study is personnel reforms, the issue of bureaucratic reforms. And that I think is the first, one of the pillars also, or one of the areas of intervention by the Executive Department, the personnel. Please help me understand personnel. And these agencies that we need to study in line with this is the Civil Service Commission. I also hear that one of our assembly persons, or 2 of them, is going to file a bill on creating a regional Civil Service Commission. This will be relevant in professionalization, in professionalizing, na hindi lang dahil ginalaw ng computer ng isang processor, ng isang computer operator, linagay niya yung pangalan doon sa computer, ay nailagyan na ng item yung isang tao or teacher. Please also help me understand finance. Please, colleagues, madams and sirs, I am not a finance person, although I was a director of Amana Islamic Bank. Pwede bang maintindihan natin na though devolved ang DepEd, devolved or undevolved pa? Devolved na po ang Department of Education, ARMM. Why is it that we are so dependent on financing from national government? Did you know po that it has come to our attention na mayroong na hostage po sa Zamboanga na isang trainer po ng isang K-12 because hindi po mabayaran yung pangangailangan ng isang training po sa K-12 because the money came down late, was uploaded late. Now, these are updates that are readily available on the newspaper. May madams and sirs, can you please also make me understand, can we also help each other on understanding how we can help the Committee on Rules, shared by Romeo Sema, paano kami sa Education Committee, tayo sa Committee on Education, ano yung reforms na kailangan gawin? Do we need to Islamize education? Do we need to improve the education sa batas ng Organic Act? Saan yung Organic Act natin? What are the provisions of law related to education in the Organic Act na pwede natin i-amend if we need to amend, na pwede natin i-propose as a matter of study because that is our mandate right now. RA 10153 to study and propose recommendations to the Organic Act. In the provisions on education, can you help us understand? Can you help us find ways of making the education more relevant or baka hindi na kailangan? Ganun ba? So these are areas po of study. May also mention on the finance issue, the GSIS problem, 1.9 billion remittance problem of ARMM. So please also, that is an issue of why is it all a special concern itong GSIS? On my right, on my left, tayo lahat po. May mga empleyado, may mga tayo mismo, we are supposed to remit the GSIS. And because some teachers, some superintendents, some supervisors do not want to retire because ayaw po nilang mag-retire allegedly because wala pala silang mararatnan na retirement benefit because of this very big, bulky 1.9 billion utang ng ARM. Okay. I hope I'm not downloading so much information and issues, pero ito po yung lumabas po sa first committee hearing po natin, no, Vice Chair? These are very, very big issues that I hope nakaka-capture po natin. I'm always reminded, focus, 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 but these, in our first ito, tayo first kasi ito na naka-attend kayo ng informal committee meeting, I'd like you to appreciate the gravity of the problems of this committee. Na hopefully, even if hindi natin mabigyan ng legislative intervention, merong understanding tayo why it is a problem, and if not a solution, why it could be still a problem for the next assembly after May 2013. So yun lang po. If there are reactions to such presentation, and if maybe there's a one paragraph update kasi for time constraint because of 3 o'clock session, may I recognize Lowell if there is any update on the